أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أسألك أن تجعل عملي هذا خالصا لوجهك الكريم اللهم انفعني بما علمتني وعلمني بما ينفعني وزدني علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to our first Arabic class. The main goal of this course is to be able to understand the beautiful language of the Quran. My understanding is that there are two ways to learn a language. Either you're born in the language or you're immersed in the language. That I believe is probably the better way. However, if you do not have the luxury of being immersed in a language, it can still be learned, in my opinion, by learning the grammar that teaches us the mechanics, how does that language work, and by increasing the vocabulary so you can understand what the language is saying. So vocabulary and grammar together, they can help us understand the language, learn the language. The expectation should be correct. In this course, inshallah, we will see that as our understanding of grammar increases, we will inshallah be able to understand the ayahs of the Quran at least at a basic level. Quran, of course, is an ocean, and you can spend your whole life trying to understand each ayah and you can keep digging pearls. But a basic of an idea of the ayah, inshallah, will come as grammar, and basic vocabulary is we have a grasp over those two. However, the expectation should not be that you will be able to start speaking with Arabic native speakers of the language. The reason for that is that nowadays the language that is spoken in different Arabic countries it's mostly dialect. Fusha is usually reserved for literature or news, but the spoken language is in dialect. What we will inshallah be learning will be Fusha, so it might be a little difficult to understand when a native Arab speaks to us. So that is not the goal of this course, to be able to speak. It's not a spoken language course. The goal is to be able to understand the Quran. Let's talk a little bit about the structure of the class, inshallah. The way I want to structure this class, I inshallah intend to divide it into 3 parts. The first part will be grammar. That will be my main focus. Grammar I will inshallah be teaching through self-made notes. These notes I will be sharing via email. You will get the note that I will be using in the class before the class commences, inshallah. Some of you have done this course with me. We have done this course together before, and some of us are new to the course. Even for those who have done the grammar course once, it is always beneficial to review. We always learn something new, and also it helps strengthen the concepts that we have already learned. The second part of this class, inshallah, we will be reading the Medina Arabic course books. There are 3 of these books, 3 of these textbooks. In addition, we have the keys for the textbooks as well as the solution keys. So in the second section of the class, we will be reading a lesson from the book. I will try my best to explain that lesson, and together, inshallah, we will do the exercises in that lesson. The third part of the class, the third section, which may not commence right away, maybe a few classes down the road this will be introduced. We will try and do a dua in every class, maybe a complete dua, maybe a part of the dua. We will try and do the grammatical analysis of the dua, and we will try and memorize that dua together. So this is the way I want to structure the class: grammar, Medina Arabic course book, and a dua, if Allah allows, inshallah. My expectations from us in this class. Number one, I would like us to attend the class. Attendance is important, and I have seen, and you all have seen before, if we miss a class, it may seem like it's just one class, but things pile up and then one starts feeling overwhelmed. So please do attend the class. We are trying to record these lectures and upload them. So even for any reason, if you miss a class, do go through the recorded lecture before the next class, so we are all on the same page. So attendance is the first expectation. Secondly, I would expect us to come prepared. By that I mean that we should have the Medina book with us. As I said, there are 3 of these Medina course books, 3 textbooks, 1, 2, 3. Initially, of course, we will be starting with book 1, so do just bring the book 1. You do not have to bring the keys, those are for your own reference. You can leave them home if you like, just come with the textbook. So have the textbook 1. The grammar notes, as I said, will be sent before the class commences. So you should have ideally a printed version of the notes for that class. If you can't print them, then just have them available on your device. Thirdly, have a notebook. And fourthly, some writing too. Notebook is important because we will, inshallah, keep coming across new vocabulary words. It's a very good idea to note those down and keep increasing your vocab bank. My third expectation from us is to read assigned pages. Pages will be assigned at least one day before the class. So read those pages. These pages will be from the Medina course book. And fourthly, we will be doing exercises together in the class, but if for any reason any exercise is left, we would have to complete these at home before the next class, inshallah. So these are my expectations from the class, inshallah. Now let's begin our first class. And as I said, the first section would be grammar. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Arabic has 28 letters. All of these letters are consonants, and we know to make a sound, we need vowels. There are 2 kinds of vowels in Arabic. These are the short vowels and the long vowels. Before we talk about the Arabic vowels, let's talk a little bit about the English vowels. English has vowels, of course, A, E, I, O, U. The sound that these vowels in English, they can make different sounds. They can make short sounds and long sounds. For instance, for the short vowel sounds, there can be words like at for A, short A sound, egg, short E sound, it, short I sound, ox, short O sound, and up, short U sound. The same letters A, E, I, O, U can be used in words to produce long vowel sounds. So for instance, A can be used in a word and the sound may be ate. So there's a long vowel A sound. Or each, long E sound. Ice, long I sound. Oak, long O sound. Use, long U sound. But the thing with English is that whether you are making a short vowel sound or a long vowel sound, you're using the same letters, the same vowels. So for a person who is new to the language, who's learning the language, he may look at the word and he may not be able to tell if he has to make the short sound or the long sound. So he may look at the word ate and he may think it's et. Or he may look at the word it and he may think that it's a long I sound and he may say eat. Because the word itself is giving us no clue whether it's a short vowel sound or a long vowel sound. The reason I gave all this long explanation is because in Arabic, the short vowel sound and the long vowel sound is easy to tell because they are produced by different things. The short vowel sounds are produced by what we are seeing here, the symbols. These are called harakat, and there are 3 of them. There is a fatha, there is a dhamma, and there is a kasra. Fatha is this line, the first one, above, and then dhamma is like a comma, and then kasra is the line below the circle. So for instance, there is this letter ba. If we put a fatha on this, the sound would be ba. With a dhamma, bu. With a kasra, bi. So these are like short vowels. This is a short sound. Ba, bu, bi. The long vowel sounds in Arabic are made by letters. So in addition to the haraka that we just saw, the fatha, dhamma and kasra, there will be corresponding letters that will be used. So in case with a fatha, there is an alif. So ba, fatha, ba, and then you see the alif. That tells you that you have to elongate the fatha sound. So now it's going to be ba, ba, dhamma, bu, but the waw, you're going to elongate the sound, bu, ba, kasra, bi, but with the ya, you elongate the sound, bi. So the long vowel sounds will be 2 times the sound of the haraka. The short vowel sound will be 1 time the length of the sound of the haraka. If people have a mathematical mind, like I like to work things out mathematically, so I kind of see a formula here. You take the letter ba and you add just 1 haraka, that will give you the short sound, ba, ba. With the long one, you add the haraka 2 times, ba, ba. All right. So those are the short vowels and the long vowels. The short vowels, you will be able to see them. There will be these marks, fatha, dhamma, kasra. You will find them on the letters at the beginning, in the middle, at the end. They can be anywhere. The long vowel sounds will be seen if the sound has to be extended. These are produced by alif, waw and ya. There will be a corresponding letter with the corresponding haraka. Like with the ba, with the fatha, you will see alif, with the dhamma, waw, and with the kasra, ya. Now, after these short and long vowels, we want to talk a little bit about something called tanween. Tanween. Tanween is basically the presence of double the haraka. So we saw a fatha as 1 line. Tanween, fatha is basically 2 of those lines, 2 fatha, fathatain. Tanween dhamma, it's in typing it comes out like this. It's actually 2 dhammas together, dhammatain, 2 dhammas. And tanween kasra is basically 2 kasras, kasratain. Kasratain, dhammatain, fathatain, or you can say tanween fatha, tanween dhamma, tanween kasra. How do I sound a tanween? This is the markings again. The tanween fatha is basically going to be 2 lines above the letter. The tanween dhamma, in typing it is going to come like this. And tanween kasra is going to be 2 lines under the letter. How do I sound the tanween? So you take the letter that you're sounding. If it's tanween fatha, you add the sound of the fatha, the haraka fatha. So it's going to be ba. And then you add a noon with a sukoon. This mark, sukoon, is basically the absence of haraka. Haraka means movement. Sukoon means staying. So you're not moving the letter, you're stopping at the letter. So you start at ba, you make the sound of the fatha, ba, and at the noon you have to stop. So ba, bun. How did I get this sound? When there is a tanween fatha, that means 2 fathas on the letter ba, I'm going to get the sound of fatha and noon sakin, bun. Similarly, if the ba had a tanween dhamma, I get the sound of ba, the letter, and then the sound of the haraka dhamma, bu, and then the sound of the noon sakin, bun, bun. As for tanween kasra, ba, I, so bi, and then bin. That's how the sound of tanween is made. Bun, bun, bin. Bun, bun, bin. Bun, bun, bin.